You're about to see part 1 of every NBA team's greatest play of all time. 13 of 15 of these once-in-a-lifetime plays were game winners, and aside from a few exceptions, most of them happened within the last 15 to 20 years. Stay tuned for every single insane moment. First, Ronto gets the shout-out. He says that Jamal Murray's the biggest breakout player in 2020's playoffs, that Murray and Jokic are a top 5 duo in the league, and that the sky's the limit for Jamal. I broke down why the Blue Arrow's a superstar in this video right here. After you watch this one, go check that one out. The question's coming up for next video shoutout. There's nothing like the hope of opening night for a team's fan base, and in the 2012-13 NBA season, Bucks fans experienced that to the fullest extent.
How about a game winner right here on opening night? Oh, we love it. Dunleavy, in for Jennings,
With 7/10 to let it go, Dion Waiters Anderson Varejao directly in his grill, and off 1 foot, Brandon Jennings made the Bucks 2-0 on the season in the Bucks home opener. After I post part 2 of every NBA team's greatest play of all time, a video on this channel about the Lakers' recent championship is on its way, but for now we honor the Mamba's most iconic moment by flashing back to April 30th of 2006. In the first round of the playoffs, the Suns were on the verge of tying the series as they were up 2 points with the ball and just 7.6 seconds remaining, but then this happened.
They'd love to get it into Nash's hands, and they do. Ball knocked away, stolen by Parker. Here comes George to Kobe Bryant. Bryant inside, it's good! It's good! Tie game!
That ridiculous floater from Kobe sent the game into OT, but the Black Mamba wasn't done getting the Laker crowd hyped.
Bryant with the save. Oh, you gotta get a shot here. Final seconds. Bryant for the win.
The Suns and Mike D'Antoni were completely stunned as they had just witnessed greatness right in front of their eyes, an iconic fadeaway from Kobe, but also an iconic celebration. Before the Nets moved to Brooklyn, after Andre Iguodala made both free throws, fans in New Jersey didn't know it quite yet, but they were about to witness a moment they'd never forget and one of the greatest moments in NBA history, period.
Philadelphia by 1. Simmons gets it into Harris. Harris thought he was fouled. Harris scores!
How Devin Harris even got that shot off, let alone had the strength and composure to will that prayer in, is beyond anyone. But that's one of the greatest plays you'll ever see. I know Damian Lillard's 2019 game winner to embarrass Paul George was absolutely insane, but his dramatic bomb in 2014 was even better. Houston had just taken the lead and was about to take back home court advantage and play Game 7 on their home floor. With 0.9 seconds left on the clock, this happened.
Wins the series. It's Lillard. He got the shot off. And the Blazers win the series for the first time in 14 years.
The man who just dominated at times in the NBA Finals nearly upset the eventual 2019 champs in last year's conference semis. Jimmy Butler had just stormed down the court and tied the game with 4.2 seconds left, and Philly looked like they had new life. This game seemed like it was going to OT.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger? Game! Series! Toronto has won!
Call him lucky all you want, but Kawhi was getting those types of roles all through the 2018-19 season. So to me, it's clear that this was a stone-cold clutch play. This man had to dribble through practically the entire Sixers defense and faded away in the corner. This shot is still the only game winner at the buzzer in a Game 7 in NBA history, and who knows what happens if Kawhi's shot doesn't fall. We can't blame the fans that left the building on this night, given the Rockets were down 7 points with under 30 seconds left. However, Tracy McGrady simply wasn't losing on this night. After this heavily contested and one drop through, Tim Duncan hit a pair of free throws on the other end, but T-Mac answered by somehow making another seemingly impossible shot where he's being smothered by one of the league's best perimeter defenders at the time in Bruce Bowen. But the play for this list I'm highlighting is the sequence that capped it all off.
Brett Barry gets it in. Kevin Brown lost it. Here comes McGrady. No timeouts remaining. McGrady for the win. Yeah! 1.7 to go. San Antonio with no timeout. Here's Parker, and the Rockets steal a game from the Spurs.
13 points in 33 seconds from T-Mac, absolutely iconic. A scoring run that made him a ton of fans. It's Game 5 of the 2014 NBA Finals, and while the Spurs are routing towards a 3-1 series lead, I don't think a ton of people thought a 36-year-old Manu Ginobili still had these kind of hops.
The Heat have gone cold. Ginobili on the finish! Flushes it with the left hand.
On March 26, 2007 against the Denver Nuggets, the first-seeded Detroit Pistons found themselves without the ball on the opposite end of the court while being down 3 points with 1.5 seconds left. But a wild inbound pass was picked off by Rasheed Wallace, aka Sheed, aka Ball Don't Lie, who made the Carmelo and Iverson-led Nuggets pay for their mistake.
And Rasheed from long range.
In one of the greatest eras in Detroit Pistons history, this was without a doubt the greatest play ever. After the Magic went 22-9 to end last year's regular season, clinching their first playoff berth since 2012, no one gave them a shot in the first round against the Raptors. But DJ Augustin went off in the opening game of the series, dropping 25 in the game, which included this bomb.
Augustin, 3 to shoot. He'll take. You bet. DJ Augustin, a cold-blooded tray. Orlando leads by 3.
Stunning every hopeful Raptor fan in the building, the 15-year veteran looked like an MVP candidate on the night and put Orlando up 1-0 on the soon-to-be champions. On February 6th of 2015, the Brow gave us flashes of the future. Maybe you recently saw his game winner for the Lakers in these past West Finals, but 5 years ago, he hit an even better game winner.
We'll guard the inbound pass.
The Hounds cannot let them get a direct pass in to Anthony Davis over there.
Very close to a 5-second count. Davis has the buzzer for the win, and the Pelicans defeat the Thunder.
The degree of difficulty with Davis having to double pump to get by Kevin Durant's contest, plus the clutchness here, is off the charts. So clearly this is the Pelicans' greatest play in franchise history. With the 2015 Eastern Conference semis tied at 1, the truth called game.
Pierce, fall away at the horn. It's gone. Paul Pierce does it again as the Wizards win it 103-101.
Did you call bank? I call game.
Pierce was far past his prime in his days with the Wizards, but in this moment, the 2008 Finals MVP Paul Pierce proved why he's a champion and one of the better scorers in league history. The death of Brandon Knight occurred on March 11th, 2013.
Here comes Chris Paul. The lob. Let's get him! Oh, what a monster jam by DeAndre Jordan!
Sources say Brandon Knight is still trying to figure out why he didn't get out of the way on this play, but we're glad he didn't because him attempting a block on DeAndre Jordan here made for an iconic poster jam from DeAndre Jordan, the LA Clippers' greatest play of all time. It's been a while since Knicks fans have seen meaningful basketball being played, but 21 years ago in 1999 they made the NBA Finals. In Game 3 of the East Finals that year, the Jeff Van Gundy coached Knicks were knotted up in a duel with Reggie Miller's Indiana Pacers. With 11.9 seconds left, Knicks fans were on the edge when Jalen Rose tipped Charlie Ward's inbound pass, but then this happened.
Pass tipped but handled by Johnson. Johnson is three-point territory, but guarded tightly. Johnson cuts left, now fires a three. It is good, and he's fouled! It counts, and he is fouled! Larry Johnson looking for the lead. The free throw is good! A 4-point play by Larry Johnson, and the Knicks have defeated the Pacers.
In a recent history that's been torturous, Larry Johnson's 4-point play is something basketball fans in New York City will infinitely remember. Nowadays, you know him as Chuckster, the funniest man on television, but don't let that make you forget that Charles Barkley was one of the greatest players of all time. After an MVP-winning 92-93 season, Barkley's Suns were in Game 6 of the West semifinals, up 3-2 in that series. After the Suns went on a 12-0 run down the stretch, the game was tied at 100 in the final seconds, and Sir Charles did the rest.
Game to win. Well, we go to overtime. Barkley, 20-footer, yes, with 1.8 seconds. Charles Barkley with an MVP jump shot.
Stephen Curry had 43 points on the night already in a game on February 27, 2016 at Oklahoma City, and here's what the chef did when the game between the West rivals was tied at the end of overtime.
They do have a timeout. Decide not to use it. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry! With 0.6 of a second remaining. The brilliant shooting of Stephen Curry continues.
A legendary, legacy-defining 35-foot bomb from Steph. And it's shots like these that make you realize how dangerous the Warriors are going to be again when this man returns. Subscribe for part 2 and many more entertaining NBA videos like that if you enjoyed. Keep watching some of my recent uploads and answer the question for next video shoutout. This was D-Flow. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you next video.